bonus, one of their best maps. How are they going to bounce back mentally from that?
We'll have to just wait and see as we get into the action, get ready to open up the barriers. As we can see, first on the attack, Fnatic. Heavy stack outside of garage for now, just waiting out that 0 point. No one getting tagged by it as Maj plays up close, sends a shot, sees multiple players. Now just going to be setting up that poison orb and backing away.
Yeah, and this is something that Fnatic really needs here, is good pistol rounds. It really killed them against Loud in their previous matchup. So if they can find some success, which they did the last time they played FUT on this map, it was very one-sided for Fnatic the last time. On their attacker side, they came out, won the pistol, won the follow-up, and even won the bonus to close things out. So it was a very good map for Fnatic all around. But this time, FUT starting on the defender side. Let's see if they can maybe get a read on this mid-push here. Crack's going to get a little bit of contact. Just backs right off.
Not looking to overstep here. Showing respect to the players on the opposite side of the stage. I mean, Desk was talking about the players themselves talking about it. They're very familiar with each other, given that they were playing multiple times throughout the regular season over in EMEA. So FUT not looking to put a toe out of line right now.
And you got to give FUT a lot of credit. I mean, they took a map off of Fnatic. And yes, the next two didn't go so great in the playoffs, but still, were able to get the job done. It's a little bit of a fake flash over towards B Heaven. Still,
30 seconds left.
Boaster going to be expecting some contact. That flash should give things away, or immediately the smoke screen is up.
It just actually expires. It doesn't actually go up, but Alfie are playing up around the side for Cage. Manages to find one. Out of Captain will respond, but Boaster is there for the trade up. 2-for-1 exchange. Really running the clock down low, 12 seconds. Obviously plenty of time to get the plant down. Peek out though, forces him off of this one. They have to get out to safety. Leo, however, striking at the perfect time, finds Mr. Fallen from behind, checks back over towards the vent. But now the spike is going to be planted. 4 members strong still here on the site, but now Boaster taken down.
Crack's doing a good job finding Boaster through the smoke here. Going to go for the pop flash around the corner. Nobody there just yet. A nade going to back him off momentarily.
It's a good chunk of damage too. Down to 68. Shock to try to buy some time and maybe even find the pick. Won't find it, but Chronicles Ghost certainly will, and he'll double up, finds Maj as well to boot, and well, that's going to be Fnatic taking away the pistol round.
And this is exactly the start Fnatic needed. Again, the pistols were just not there for them against Loud. They had such a good read, but here, this time around, they set up a trap. They put players through the ramp, and they're able to catch some people in the back, and then they leave Leo in the ropes to strike from behind when they attempt to kind of disrupt the plant early. And Fnatic just doing a wonderful job here, hitting some great shots, and it's a complete setup that FUT just never really reads very well. And they get crunched and they get eliminated from that pistol, and Fnatic off to a really good start.
Let's see what happens here. So the pop flash through, does manage to get the full blind across, but tuck into the corner. Leo not going to get picked off there over by Ramen. I was going to say, you know, versus Paper X, one of the big turning points, one of the things that made that ascent so close right off the rip was being able to win this thrifty round. Here the second, after allowing Paper X to pick up that pistol. So if they can pull that off, that would definitely give some momentum that FUT so desperately need.
And really just had a solid defense against Paper Rex. I mean, absorbing contact really, really well, bending but not breaking a lot of times against that Paper Rex aggression. Of course, when the sides flipped, then Something's Reyna came online, and it was a very different story. But here, let's see if they can find some kind of success. They gambled a bit on the A side, just leaving Mr. Fallen over here to kind of get some info. So site going to be taken relatively for free. Mr. Fallen is kind of keeping track as best as he can of Fnatic's move. He gets a little bit of damage there into Boaster.
Just a touch. A little bit onto Chronicle as well as that plant does come through. Rotation still waiting for Maj to make his way through the vents at the moment. Alfier is going to be getting ready to make contact against him over in mid. Everybody else, though, operating within the site itself.
Toxins going up.
Just a ghost there for Alfier in mid, about to potentially cross Maj's path, but Maj still looking for a lurk, and he gets
the flash timing is absolutely perfect. Gets the catch on him even without the full blind. Still enough to completely catch him off guard. As Mr. Fallen will be able to find Chronicle at range. Leo with the Vandal, however, puts a good use. Boaster as well, finding one with the Stinger. Kiwi takes away Durka. The swing in now onto the site. Atta Captain finding Leo. Boaster, the last man standing, but there's just no time, so they cannot get the defuse. So yes, this is in fact going to be that 2-0 beginning for the side of Fnatic, but they're only carrying this Vandal over into the bonus.
This is a phenomenal eco here for FUT. Getting some huge kills. Maj, even with that flash coming in there, you know, Alpha did a little bit of damage, but Maj just so ready for it. Gets that kill. And then some long-range shots from Mr. Fallen, weakening him up early. Even though the heal did come through from Leo, still able to find some great shots. Kiwi comes in with that Sheriff, gets some big kills as well. So very successful round there for FUT as we go into full rifles, half armors for the side of Fnatic, full armors for FUT, of course. Chronicle getting a little bit close to that Rolling Thunder, a couple way for the Seekers for Leo as well.
Kiwi just looking to hold forward there in Garage, but it seems like Bosa playing back as far as he is. Doesn't have any further interest in really trying to push the issue here. Start bringing sides away as Boombot goes in. Fragment in response. Durka going to be chunked down to 85. Armor lost, but can get top back up to 100 here.
And it's a lot of utility used here early for Fnatic. One of the things that caused Fnatic some problems against Loud was that a lot of their utility didn't catch too much value here. And you're using the Boombot and the Trailblazer, things that are really good for helping you clear sights on executes early. You still have the fault line, of course. You still have the breach utility. So some fallback for the side of Fnatic.
Hello.
Yep, there's a Cypher there.
Just the days on the Alpha here. Pop flash and Durka pouncing forward with the blast pack. Finds the headshot. That's going to be Mosh taking down that mid control. Now completely opened up here for the side of Fnatic. Smoke in response up into heaven. As right now, it is just out of Captain, as well as Mr. Fallen situated here on the A side, looking to hold the line. The rest of the team going to have to try to rotate over. See them waiting the Paranoia across. Paranoia in response, right as they drop down. Mr. Fallen finds the first kill. Flash going to be set, but Boaster's in front of it. Manages to get the catch. Mr. Fallen still trying to hold the line. Finds himself the second elimination, spots another. Now knows Chronicle. Forward, up close and personal as the plant comes in, but the site is being cleared out. Now it's all down to cracks.
The post-plant discipline here from Fnatic, so good.
Has to get in front of this aftershock, manages to do so. Now Chronicle not spotting him on the back end, knows that he's in the site, shuts him down. 3 members still standing in a 3-0 beginning. Fnatic have a nice little win streak building up.
It's just so difficult once Fnatic gets into place here. The crossfires, everybody's doing their job, watching the right angles. Screens is covered, you know, even though Mr. Fallen doing some damage on site itself, just everybody in the right place at the right time for Fnatic, and even using some of that util early, still able to find that flash, get Durka that early kill to set that advantage, to set that tempo for Fnatic. And they're looking clean here to start. The same kind of story we saw the last time these two teams squared off on Split.
Sheriff's across the board, a Marshall in hand for Mr. Fallen. So looking for the shot, but Durka just jumping up on top of the box, managing to find his second elimination of this map so far as Kiwi will be taken down. Fault line forward, not getting the stun, Dog getting the spot.
There.
Fallen just playing within the smoke. Ping's coming down. They're aware that somebody's going to be lurking there.
It's so much util to displace Mr. Fallen at their disposal right now, but a flash there.
It's gorgeous, but he can't line up the Marshall shot, and then Leo counter swings forward to take him down. Marshall now out of the fray, 2 players. Got a sandwich here in between all the Fnatic members now, stuck in the garage. Fnatic captain will arrive, just tripping his way up. Durka just swings the corner and takes down Cracks. Gets himself a 3rd elimination. Now he's very much on the board. Poster turns away. As Fnatic captain swings in, but Alfia boosted up on top of the box. Will be able to spot him, gets the headshot, and there's the 4-0. Flawless for the side of Fnatic.
Another thing we should talk about here with FUT, the last time we saw them on Split was in Tokyo. They haven't played it since then, and they were running an Astra and a Cypher instead of a Viper and an Omen. So some changes here, I think, especially with the Omen, you want to catch some of those flashes. We've seen them have some effect. Those Paranoias do a pretty good job. Maj, I was hoping to see that Viper have a little bit more impact here on the defender side to really make life a little bit more difficult for Fnatic to get some information, to get these executes. But so far, Fnatic's been able to kind of wait things out and avoid a few catastrophic flashes. You know, they take some damage, but Fnatic able to recover very, very nicely here throughout these early rounds.
Anybody else that's playing forward into heaven there, and you expect that Mr. Fallen likely going to be able to get the kill, but because it's the Raze, because he has that mobility, can just blast back backward. Just can't quite nail it down, and Leo is just Johnny on the spot with that counter swing through. Now, though, pretty early, full shift over towards the A site here from the side of Fnatic, because they have been playing these rounds out very slowly for the most part. Rolling Thunder at the ready. Curious to see what the setup is going to be as they look to take this push. Cyber Cage to get the cross up the ramp as Kiwi just looking to hold the line. It drops down, he spots one. Now just has to press forward here into the site. Rolling Thunder now crashing across. Alfia, however, still going to be taken down. Maj finds him lurking up in towards heaven. The rest of the team just has to exit, and they have this man advantage, but they're gonna have to be playing retake.
Yeah, Mr. Fallen does have his Seekers here. Try to help get this retake going. Boaster's just gonna prep the Paranoia, see if he can find some value. It's right now looking like pretty heavy screens lean. Durka's gonna be watching it. The Paranoia not gonna connect.
Seekers, 2 of them gonna be cleared out. Still one swinging around over towards the screen side. Durka gonna be the one that makes contact with that one. They swing in. They push him off the angle, but they can't find the kill. They can't find the damage, but Cracks takes out Boaster right as that smoke is about to bloom. Finds another kill. The man advantage further being compounded upon now as Cracks will find another. Mr. Fallen goes forward, finds Chronicle, and now it's all on Leo. It'd have to be a 1v5 ace clutch, but it just does not seem possible at all, and Leo's not even going to try for it. Would love to get any kind of straight pick that he can, but he's going to be able to just find Kiwi to avoid a flawless. But that finally gets put on the board now, 1-4.
This is a great retake here for FUT. Really, really patient, dodging that Paranoia from Boaster, and then finding some great timings as those smokes are popping to get 2 big kills to get themselves back in. And Maj just, yeah, didn't want to be that Cypher in that moment. Cracks having a great one there. Again, right as those smokes are popping, able to find some really good timings, disrupting Fnatic, cutting them down. So a big win here for FUT to stabilize. Going to be able to recover that op for Kiwi. Has the Blade Storm. Cracks with that null command as well. This could play for a little bit more of a retake style here. Maybe try to get them crunched in mid. You got the Viper and the Omen setting up their smokes to delay a little bit here. Another thing that was giving Fnatic a lot of fits against Loud was just Loud being able to run the clock out, to just be really stalwart in their defense and then force Fnatic into these low-time, high-pressure situations where Fnatic had to make the best of bad situations. And sure, sometimes they did, but that's not a recipe for success. You know, what makes Fnatic so good is their protocols, is their executes, is their ability to read and manipulate the map, and Loud was doing just a masterful job dodging that.
Okay, well, fault line, that's gonna shove Atacaptain back. Really good 0.0, shuts out the showstopper, and Durka gets taken down. Cracks again, coming up with the goods. And that's the entry power. Taken away. No command just still rolling through. Spam in, Boaster knocked down to 47 HP. Chronicle untouched, just grabbing that orb. No charges. Trying to get closer to the next Rolling Thunder. Paranoia across, he just tries the blind entry into the site, and Cracks again shuts it down. The spike now stranded just on the outskirts of the garage.
The flash from Leo just didn't quite get there in time before Cracks was able to take Boaster down and have to drop out. Some pressure being applied towards B Heaven. Maj just going to keep him corralled there.
There's just no time.
Yep.
They're still going to try to play in for this one, but the Sun's just not going to do enough. Atacaptain and Mr. Fallen with 1 apiece. Chronicle again just stuck here. Let's see if you can get any maybe extra orbs built up. How deeply do they want to go on the hunt? 0 Point will spot him. Looks like they're not really going to be looking to push forward into the garage, though they will still show respect to him. That is going to be FUT scraping together a 2nd round win.
That's exactly what I was talking about at the beginning of that round. Delay, delay, delay does give Fnatic some problems. It does kind of make things, you know, obviously it makes it easier for you as the opponent because it's a little more readable. But you can see just a little bit off kilter with some of their coordination there, a little maybe their communication as well. But overall, really impressed with those last couple rounds from FUT. Again, that bend not break kind of style defense there, where they're willing to give a little bit of space, punch back in return. Boaster's just going to go right into the back.
It's a fake.
Just a fake.
Yeah, just trying to, you know, instill the seed of doubt here. You see Atacaptain is watching around the back over towards their spawn, and that leaves Mr. Fallen completely on his lonesome, and this time Durka gets the better of him. Jumping forward, finds the kill, and that's the kind of start you love to see if you're a Fnatic fan.
Exactly.
Right now going to be coming through, not wasting any time on this round. The rotations still beginning to come in. Spike sent down, but it's a bit too late. Hero Theft as well going to be invested there from the side of Alpha here, just spotting everybody's locations, and now he goes on a merry hunt.
It's going to have to be incredible shooting here from FUT to get through. It's going to be the Blade Storm pop for Kiwi.
Flash out, full flash onto Kiwi as he's up into the air, and Chronicle manages to find the shot. Takes him down, Dirk as well, poking out from garage. Just a day at the shooting range here. As 1 by 1, they will fall. Atacaptain with nothing more to do here in this round. Just have to back away and try to hold on to the weapon, but Alfier is swinging around the backside, pushing downstairs, ready to get the catch, ready to take this gun out of his hands, and this stun is perfect from Chronicle to set it up. That is a Prime Gaming flawless if there ever was one. It's Fnatic. Will go ahead, disallow FUT from getting that 3 consecutive round win. They keep themselves with a nice little stretch lead of 3 rounds.
And it's a brilliant fake here because it draws Captain back into their spawn. That's immediately where my eyes went as well. As soon as that ult was popped by Boaster, and it drawed that extra defender away and made this execute that much easier for Durka and for Fnatic to get in there and get the job done. That means there's no paranoia there to really gum up the works at the front of B main. So a phenomenal set play there from Fnatic to give themselves an easy round win in round 7.
Just nicely done. You know, already that play itself, fantastic. You get that seed of doubt pushed in, and that allows you to get into the site, but then just the timings of this utility from Chronicle looking so much cleaner compared to the series versus Loud. That flash, just fully getting the catch there on Kiwi. Believe it was his setup with a flashpoint to just get that full blind, deny the ability to get value off the Bladestorm, because that's really, in that moment, that is the most dangerous thing, and they dealt with it absolutely beautifully.
And that stun at the end just to make sure that Captain has no chance of holding that gun over, doing any more damage. You know, any economic damage you can do here as Fnatic is so valuable, as it's going to be a heavy investment for FUT coming into this round. It's going to be that op back into Kiwi's hands.
Here.
A lot of money going to have to be spent. Meanwhile, Fnatic sitting very pretty. Chronicle only a couple away from that Rolling Thunder. Maj one away from the Viper's Pit. So let's see if he can find a way to get that into play into this round. But it's a full 5-man stack here for Fnatic onto the A side, and it is being left wide open. There's a ton of presence in mid for FUT, and just Captain far away at A side. So this should be potentially, if Fnatic really just wants to get in here and get in here fast, should be a pretty easy plant at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, the smokes are coming down, dog. Running through up here into heaven. Captain going to be spammed away. 77 HP remaining for him. Double push now through the vent. Slow creeping here for Krax and Kiwi. Paranoia in, but Durka with a covering fire. Managing to find one. Krax gets the spot, but cannot quite find that punish. Only a smattering of damage through. And that Paranoia is going to force them back down into the vent. The site now opened up. Down your smokes, player. And with an operator in hand, this is just such a challenge. I think it's one that might have to be abandoned here from the side of FUT, because already a 3v5 with an op. I'm not sure if you're going to really get a solid crack at this retake.
Yeah, after that Paranoia came out, Kiwi started to rotate back towards spawn through mid, and there's just not a lot he can do other than maybe look for an exit frag. Maybe if he can do a little bit of damage, but at this point, to Fnatic, that's not that big of a deal. And Crack's gonna try to make something go here on this retake. Maj pushing space, they get one, Durka's down.
Durka's down, but time is still ticking, and with that fault line really stunning up the only access point into the site. Yeah, the sound of retreat will be sent out, and will back away. It's having to allow Fnatic to get themselves up to 6. Certainly not the ideal scenario here, but the gamble stack, they throw multiple people over towards mid, but it's just full pressure out at A right off the rip. So Fnatic get the round win. Crucially, FUT are able to hold on to that biggest investment in the operator.
Yeah, and FUT just doesn't quite read this correctly coming out of the timeout. A lot of mid pressure sometimes from Fnatic, where they'll use a lot of that Sky and Raze utility to clear space there and try to set up for crunches, but this time it's just a 5-man push that is only Captain kind of watching it. He gets caught at the back towards spawn of A Heaven.
They're just going to run it again.
Yeah, why not?
It's one player again here on the A side for the side of FUT.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just go for it.
Flash through. Doesn't really give that much info either as far as how many players are on this side of the map, but now it seems like with the footsteps, they're definitely getting a sense of it here as the full rotate already coming through from the side of FUT. Wire set up from Alvier. Just continue to spam back and forth here into heaven.
They bought enough time.
Got into position, but that Paranoia again is on point. Durka very much is as well. Shot from Captain will find Chronicle, puts a spike on the floor for a brief little moment, but then Alvier finds Kiwi. Swinging around, back through screens. Durka is looking to catch anybody who's going to be lingering over here in the defender's spawn, which is going to be Maj here momentarily as he continues to creep forward. Spike not yet planted.
And I thought FUT might have bought enough time to get into a decent position to block this, but Durka is just on one.
Just snappy with it. And Captain can do nothing else other than back away. You'd love to be able to, honestly, burn the Omen ult to be able to pick up the operator if that's something that you could do, but unfortunately we'll just have to run his way back as we see it laying on the floor.
Well, let's see if he's gonna go for it. I don't. Well, he's already got pressure. Yeah, he's already
got to
got
know
pressure.
that it would just be guarded because he'd have to just actually TP over, then pick it up.
Leo.
On the hunt. Swinging around the back. Attic Captain, good for the trade. Makes them bleed a little bit more. Durka on the hunt, looking for that 4K, and Attic Captain will say nope. Denies it away from him, finds 3. Does manage to hold on to that Vandal, get a little bit of extra cash on the back end, but it's still not going to be helping them close this gap that continues to get larger and larger. Fnatic now up to 7.
Yeah, and now the cash reserves for FUT almost completely depleted. And it's going to take a big round here from them, especially with Mini maybe not the happiest with the end of that round.
I think it's just the shock and horror of all the things that Durka just pulled off in that last round.
Yeah, he definitely Durka'd him that round. And now you've got the Showstopper and the Rolling Thunder as well, so a potentially powerful execute coming through for Fnatic as they look to spread the middle of the map a little bit more. You know, maybe dipped into the A well enough, and now let's see if we can find a mid push or just spread the map potentially, is what it kind of looks like right now. They're just trying to feel this out, make sure there's no lurks coming or anything like that.
Well, Attic Captain already within the cage, so it doesn't give that sound trigger off. Paranoia at the ready, but no one really in position and having to actually play off the back of it, so thinks better of it. Pulls away for the time being. I'm looking at this Rolling Thunder, this Showstopper. I'm wondering, Fnatic, do they go for a classic new turn play and try to couple these together? It seems like the answer is going to be no. Just pulls it to try to further clear out Heaven. Eventually, we'll have to just let this one fly. Checks low, and actually it's going to expire, and Durka's full flashed. Maj just swinging through, takes him down.
Those flashes from Mr. Fallen and Cracks really buying a lot of time there. Potentially saving this round for FUT. Now just a Rolling Thunder left. It is going to crash across, hit a couple, force them back towards spawn, and Leo's going to catch one on the way out.
Maj completely contained, but Mr. Fallen does have that trade back. Keeps them with the man advantage now. 4v5. Chronicle just going to be stunned up by the Seeker, but commits to the plant. Gets that spike down on the floor for them. 3v4. Mr. Fallen at 65 HP. FUT in such a good position to be able to try to get another round back in. Last point now gets the blind though, and it catches everyone! And then it's just a day at the range. A round that felt like it was in their hands and they would be able to get the 3. Fnatic say absolutely not off the back of a singular flash from Chronicle's hands.
He's just been absolutely devastating with that breach utility. The timing so perfect, just knew right when they were coming out of that hallway and shut him right down. And immediately Alfier right behind him. The rifling of these two on top of their impeccable in the heart as well sent over. Love to see it. The combination, the coordination between those two, absolutely just disgusting riflers.
Camera taken out.
So good. Kiwi right in that cyber cage again, but Alfier just reads it.
Just fully prepared for that push. Expecting some shenanigans here. Whether they are going to be on this half buy. The blast pack forward again. Durka going to be good for his head. Cat's going to be taken down. Spotted one. So interrupts actually the jump forward here onto the side. Paranoia on one side. Paint Shell on the other. Into the fault line as well. They throw everything at the kitchen sink. It cracks and he just absolutely crumbles. Maj arriving. Will be able to find 2. Keeping his way out of the vent. The plant coming down. But Chronicle just pulls off that plant. Shoots him in the head, and now Fnatic get themselves up to 9.
And Chronicle's almost got another Rolling Thunder already. He's 1 away. He's just having an absolutely marvelous last couple of rounds. The fault line Paranoia combo along with the paint shells, so brilliant. Maj doing what he can to find a couple. But, oh boy, Achilleos, this is starting to get really scary for FUT.
I mean, those 2 rounds that they were able to string together, it looked like, okay, might have a little bit of hope here. Right now, if you're a FUT, if you're cheering for FUT, you definitely want to also believe in curses and believe that they can get this 3rd round on the board for the first half. Durka again, rushing forward. They just take this Heaven control. Boombot the check close. Bounce down into vent. Doesn't spot anybody either. This for now will be dissuaded. Those are just waiting for the setup.
The confidence here for Fnatic. They've taken so much contact, they're still going to go for it.
Attic Captain not spotted by this one. He does get the shutdown. Denies Durka that access. I'm going to have it. That shoulder shown there. Kiwi will fall. Cracks just having to pull back away. A minor amount of damage taken. That's going to be the reveal coming through. Counter spray. Looking to try to get Leo. He barely manages to bounce around the corner just in time. Poster in the meantime does manage to find himself a triple. Currently on for an ace if he can find him. Plant comes down. Chronicle Gets the spike through. Boaster lurking around the back here of screens. Hasn't spotted Maj at all, but as the smoke dissipates, he will get him. One more to go. No reason to retreat. Mr. Fallen has to play forward. The last round of the half. Swing of the corner, and he gets denied. Still more work to be done, but with Leo at 4 HP, a stiff breeze would take him down. They know where he's at, but Leo still lines up the headshot, and it is a 10-2 half in favor of Fnatic.
I mean, just an absolute masterclass here from Fnatic on their attacker side. Haven't missed a beat against FUT from the last time they squared off on this map. And if you're a FUT fan, you are going to need a cargo container size amount of opium for this. This is just... It has been Fnatic the whole way, and guess what? They're even better on their defender side. The last time they went 10-2 on their defender side on this map against this team. So it is not going to be any easier on the other side of the coin.
I mean, we had our first ever recovery from this scoreline just yesterday, but it doesn't seem likely right now in this moment. Well, he just had a hell of a last round. Let's go ahead and hear from Boaster a bit more in the meantime.
Life was difficult that game. Not ideal, but you know, Loud came in guns blazing. I wasn't really sure what was going on in my head. In a sense, like, I was getting shut down personally. There were rounds where the comms were just too hectic. Everyone was a bit flustered, a bit more than usual. I think that it was because, like, the last time we faced them was in the finals and we didn't want to lose, but at the same time, we didn't want to win either. It was like one of those ones where we were too scared of losing that we weren't even trying to win. Hopefully we'll see them again so I can give them a taste of their own medicine and go for the 2-0 back.
2 versus 2. Rifles gain and purchase. Paranoia. It's a lovely connection. Cuts away on the sidelines. Leo is left wondering, where are they? Boaster with so much more to do. This is for the map. 7 bullets dropping down, a tap onto it less, seeking to try and force the fight out. It's played to perfection.
We're going to be playing Footballist next. We've lost a map to them before. They're going to be more comfortable playing us because they've played us before. They're going to come in with more hunger, especially to beat us and to end our tournament, essentially. Alfie has won 2 trophies this year. He's looking at the peak of his form, I'd say. And I think he's going to come ready. You know, if he's going to have to face his fellow Turkish brethren, but I think if there's a man for the job, it's definitely him.
Well, already a solid start here for the side of Fnatic. 10 rounds racked up there on that attacking side. Now shifting over to the defense. And as we say pretty much every single time, Paper Thin, this pistol round is everything. FUT, if they want to pull off that miraculous run back that we saw TRX accomplish just yesterday, it needs to begin with that pistol.
The 10-2 blessing, as DRX has dubbed it. I'm not so sure I feel that confident in it.
I didn't feel confident when DRX was in that
Neither
position,
did I,
so.
man. I was definitely mauling a bit in the back room, but let's get to this pistol round. Is
You have
Fnatic
nothing else to lose.
Oh, come on.
The hair's
now.
already gone.
Bro, you gotta do me like that. Oh, it's true though.
Well, for now,
I can't even deny it.
yeah, it's evident. It's right there on camera. As is that headshot. Zerka able to find the first kill. Captain with a response. Does take out Boaster. Some good damage exchange though, and the paint shell setup will finish off Cracks. And already a very explosive beginning. Dash forward onto the A site. The plant can come through. Kiwi trying to get himself into a forward, maybe unexpected spot. Playing within this smoke. Swings out. Ooh, good for the headshot. Takes out Chronicle. Brings it back to relative parity here. No healing available for Mr. Fallen, so can't get Captain up beyond this 26 HP that he does have.
Leo's gonna do a little bit of scouting with the Trailblazer. Catch a couple on the back of sight. Now Alpier trying to push. Durka got one on the side.
Durka finishing the job. Paint shell now built back up, sends it into the corner. Mr. Fallen pushes away, but still takes quite a bit of damage. Durka could be taken down in the meantime, and now Alpier swinging around the backside of the site, gets rid of Kiwi, and it's all on Mr. Fallen. It's been a bright spot here for the squad so far. Now finds himself into a 1v1. Alpier not going to be sticking to it. Swing out from the elbow. Mr. Fallen just trying to play with time, but he's already got it up to half, and he will be able to get the defuse. Just over a second remaining. Fnatic now move up to 11.
It's just so well handled here at the end by Fnatic. A good start to this round. Again, one of the things I love about Fnatic is their utility combos and the timings that they set up. Paranoia, flash, fault line, whatever it may be. And then the paint shells to follow when you've got Cracks stuck in a bad position. But the way that they set up and work together, and the timings and the executes on those moments are the best in the business. I just love the way that they handle the pressure from opponents, and they use any time and space and utility against their opponents often. Mr. Fallen is going to be that forced buy, as you would expect here.
Of course, Shadows looking to take a lot of space quickly here, but Boaster just sprays through the wall, finds Kiwi. Tucks away behind the box, out of captain swinging forward, managing to find one. Mr. Fallen will take out Boaster, but suddenly in the blink of an eye, right as the paranoia expires, everybody on that B site is just dead. Maj now, so much work to get done. A Vandal, Bulldog, a Judge on the opposite side, not knowing where anybody is, and the Judge is going to be the one that plays first contact against him as he creeps up into Mail. It's a quick and painless one, though, as Chronicle puts him down and gets Fnatic up to map point.
Boaster just doing a great job there, kind of recognizing the positioning behind that wall. The toxic screen comes up. He just waits a little bit, spams it, finds the perfect timing, gets Paranoia, just able to hide right behind that box, doing a great job there as the Omen, having a really solid map for himself, as is everybody on Fnatic. Durka really star of the show on that raise, breaking a couple of those rounds open, getting some really crucial first bloods for Fnatic, but now FUT needs a round to just keep alive, of course, but then to also avoid the exact same scoreline last time these two teams played on this map.
Scout destroyed.
With a little bit of early information, very forward smoke in response here from Boaster. Just wants to make mid completely unassailable. Flash out though. Well, at least tell Mr. Fallen that there's no forward presence there. Instead, they're going to start creeping over here towards this A site. A good amount of space has been given up. It's going to be Boaster and Chronicle playing back over here towards Heaven's side rather than on the site itself.
And they have to take so much time to check for this Cypher utility. It's so annoying here for FUT. Tap of the orb, and the execute is on. Fnatic just going to take their time now, wait for the reinforcements here. Chronicle trying to see if they could catch somebody, but a good snake bite to buy a little bit of time here.
But she's got to swing out. They force him into the open there with the aftershock. Russian response to stave them off for a brief little bit longer here. Kiwi coming up with one as Durka. Going to take it down. Leo is well falling off screen. Another flash into Chronicle's face. We find ourselves now into a 3v3. The double push out from screens here. Ball and Kiwi maybe get into this flank position as Chronicle still just trying to displace Cracks, but just hasn't been able to do it. Cap on the spike. Good kills coming through. Leaves Boaster all on his lonesome, and Kiwi will be able to deal with him. FUT, the second buy up here, will be able to put up another round. Now 3-12, but still in such a deficit.
In the past.
Yeah, it looked like it might be another really solid round there for Fnatic. After that aftershock came through, able to get that kill, but the snake bite buying enough time there that FUT can punch back nicely, get some big kills, get themselves a win. Still have long way to go, of course, but let's see if they can rattle a few more off here. Again, every round you can get as FUT at least gives you some confidence, at least gives you some hope coming into that haven. That's so important, actually. I mean, even though, yes, this map may be 99% of the time done and dusted, you get 3 or 4 more rounds out of Fnatic here, put some pressure, get in their heads. Absolutely, you can do something on Haven. Now, that's not a great start.
Speaking of getting in their heads, Alf here gets a bullet in there. It's Kiwi gone. Chronicle making out. Very nice shots here. How much more of that does he have? He's just looking to pull attention, and it's done a wonderful job. Obviously, Fnatic, you know, just coming in with this Sheriff buy for the Widely. They want to stick together so they have a little bit more bite in these fights, but Spike has just been lingering over here towards B. TP now. The captain arriving in backside. Boaster creeping forward over here by the garage. And he's going to be spotted. Paranoia not necessary, but still finds some value. They get the kill. They clean it up. Durka, the gun barrel spotted, dealt with. Plant now going to be coming through. Seems like from here, these 4 players standing from the side of FUT should be able to just go ahead and win out the rest of this.
Yeah, and it's just going to be Alf here grabbing that Vandal on the other side of the map off of Kiwi's body. The rest of the round now, just going to be waiting this out. A great read here from FUT on the open space. The only spot that could be left that they hadn't covered was right where Boaster was standing, and right after the TP at a captain. Paranoia's him. and they finish the job. Don't even give Boaster an opportunity to do any damage. So for what it's worth, FUT doing a really nice job in that round, selling that fake, going to the other side of the map. And now let's see if Alfier can hang on to this Vandal.
He might yet still be challenged. Maj is creeping forward. Leo ready to die to the spike. Both fall, and it seems like Maj now swinging the corner, and Alfier will be able to come away with the kill and hold on to the Vandal at the very end. So a little bit of additional damage dealt, but obviously a decent amount of money here in the hands, as well as the Blade Storm available for the side of FUT.
Let's see if Kiwi can have some more success with the Blade Storm. It's been a forgettable map for him so far. But again, every round that you can get here as FUT, so important to get heated up, to get into that haven, to get some confidence flowing. See if you can get that energy behind you, get that Turkish aim really engaged.
One step at a time. 2 rounds consecutively now. Do they find a third for the first time here in this map?
Get out of my way.
Trap wire setup, just looking to really slow down any kind of approach here onto this A site.
Maj is really over here selling that push out, but Alfier so good with the rifle.
Just swings on the corner, headshot instantly, right as he's dashing forward, I do believe. Such a shutdown. It might be the play that just goes ahead and ends this map at long last for Fnatic.
Spike planted.
He has that neural theft ready to go as well. Felt the need to commit it yet, but now Spike at least does get planted here. Sight control for the side of FUT. Just need to be able to stave off Fnatic. Sturka's creeping up around the backside. Maj, however, might get the timing. He spotted him. It's the headshot, takes him down. Explosive power there from the Rays to try to break open the site. He's going to be eliminated, but now Chronicle comes up with one. He's just taking out cracks. The backside with the headshot. Rush forward, managing to find one. Captain holding strong, finds himself a second now. Alfier, the last one standing. 47 health. It's the neural depth. Confirms the location of both, but there's just so little that he can do here in this position, in this situation. Maybe if he gets that headshot, it looks a little bit more possible, but he cannot. Gets taken out. Now FUT move up to 5. They even get the ult out of him.
This is a really good round for Maj. On the other side of the map, on his own, doesn't give over his life, gets some good information that there's a lot of Fnatic on the other side of the map. Then he's able to rotate through sewers, just a step behind Durka. Durka trying to really book it through the backside of the map. And then Maj just trailing him, just paralleling his movements, gets the backstab, and that keeps that flank from collapsing for FUT and gives him that round.
Well, a timeout going to be called here, as many unhappy that they have given up 3 rounds in a row, wants to pump the brakes and say, guys, why haven't we just finished this yet? But it has been some very good reads here, as well as just great shots coming out from the side of FUT that have been putting them down.
Yeah, and even losing players early to Alfier. You know, the last couple rounds, it's been first bloods from Alfier, and they've been able to recover. They've been able to stabilize. Oftentimes when Fnatic gets that first blood, that's when the rounds go their way. But FUT able to flip the script on that with some really good counter maneuvers of their own, some good holds on site, some good sprays from Captain and Mr. Fallen in particular, doing a really good job there, setting up their crossfires, making sure that Fnatic cannot get comfortable and cannot get space easily. So really, really impressed so far here with FUT. And it's going to be that same toxic screen over towards B. And now they're going to send Maj back over to the other side of the map. As the Viper, sometimes your job is as that pseudo-sentinel, kind of controlling the flanks, making sure the long side is clear. Now, I'm seeing all the flashes from Fnatic over on that A side stacked up right at the corner. Some pings are coming down. They might put some pressure on Maj.
I mean, Paranoia even sent out there as well, yeah. Everything in the kitchen sink sent over towards Maj. They will send him packing, but Alfier as well. Shut down onto Captain. This little cypher one-way setup over Garage. Dog not getting the stun. The showstopper now going to be thrown forward. Kiwi is already dead. Alfier has dealt with him. Boaster creeping up, will end up falling. Maj applying some pressure, drawing some attention off onto the flanks. Still demand advantage established here for Fnatic.
Love the rotate here from FUT, but Maj has to be so careful. Chronicle's already in place.
Chronicle and Leo could both shut this down. The rotations very much continuing to come through. Everybody from Fnatic storming their way over towards A. It's going to be the fault line across. No, Rolling Thunder actually committed there from Chronicle, having just built it up. Does get taken down by Mr. Fallen. Swing onto the corner though. Durka finds him, and now it's all on cracks. A 1v2. 3K to try to clutch it out. He's got full util. Catches both, but he doesn't know that they're below. Alfier with 4 will drag Fnatic across the line off the back of the timeout. 13-5. They get the win on